How to make money online in 2026. You are not late, but you are very close to being irrelevant. And that's the truth nobody wants to hear. Because right now, in 2026, the internet is moving faster than ever before. Opportunities are everywhere, but so is competition. And the people who win are not the smartest, not the most talented, not the most experienced. They are the fastest to act. Because in 2026, speed is the new skill. While most people are still watching tutorials, saving videos, and telling themselves they'll start soon, others are already testing, failing, adjusting, and getting paid. And that gap between thinking and doing is where money is made. The biggest mistake you can make right now is believing you need to be ready. Ready doesn't exist anymore. By the time you feel ready, the opportunity is already gone, taken by someone who started earlier, with less knowledge than you, but more courage. And that's the first shift you need to understand. You don't win online by knowing more. You win by moving faster than your doubts. Because the internet rewards execution, not preparation. Look around. People are making money doing things that didn't even exist a few years ago. Editing short-form videos, managing content, writing scripts, finding clients, building simple systems. None of this requires years of study. It requires awareness and action. And here's what changed in 2026. Skills are no longer the barrier, attention is. If you can get attention, direct attention, or help someone manage attention, you can make money. That's it. You don't need to invent something new. You need to step into what is already working. Because money online is not created, it is captured. Captured from existing demand. So instead of asking, what should I do? Start asking, where is money already flowing? Because that question alone will save you months, even years. Most people waste time trying to be original. But originality without execution is invisible. And invisible doesn't get paid. Let's break this down simply. In 2026, there are 3 ways people make money online. You either create value, distribute value, or connect value. And the easiest one to start with is connecting. You find someone who needs something, you find someone who can provide it, and you bridge the gap. That's how beginners win. No audience, no brand, no advanced skills, just movement. Let me show you how real this is. There was a guy named Alex. No experience, no following, no idea what to do. He spent weeks watching content, trying to figure it out. Nothing changed. Then one day he stopped watching and sent 15 messages offering to help businesses get clients. 14 ignored him. 1 replied. That 1 reply turned into $300. Not because he was good, but because he showed up. And that's the pattern you'll see everywhere. Action, response, adjustment, result. But most people never reach the result because they stop at doubt. And doubt feels logical. It tells you to wait, to prepare, to be careful. But in 2026, hesitation is more expensive than failure. Because failure gives you data. Hesitation gives you nothing. Now here's something most people don't understand. The first money you make online is not about money. It's about proof. Proof that this works. Proof that you can do it. Proof that you are not stuck. And once you have proof, everything changes. Your confidence shifts, your actions change, your standards rise, and suddenly what felt impossible becomes normal. But getting to that first proof requires something most people avoid: rejection. You will be ignored. You will be rejected. You will feel like nothing is working. And that's not a sign to stop. That's the process. Because every no is data. Every ignored message is feedback. Every failure is direction. And the faster you go through this phase, the faster you get paid. Let me give you another example. A girl named Emma started managing Instagram accounts for small brands. She had no experience, no strategy, nothing. First week, 0. Second week, One client, $150. Not impressive, but real. Instead of stopping, she kept going. More messages, more offers, more attempts. Within a month, $1,200. Same person, same skills, different level of action. That's the difference. Not talent, not intelligence. Volume. Because in the beginning, volume beats perfection every time. Now let's get practical. If you had to make money in the next 7 days, what would you do? You wouldn't build a brand. You wouldn't create a course. You wouldn't wait. You would go where people already need help. You would send messages. You would offer value. And you would learn just enough to deliver. That's it. Simple, but not easy. Because simple requires action, and action is uncomfortable. But comfort is expensive. It costs you time, opportunities, and your future. And the longer you stay comfortable, the harder it becomes to move. That's why most people stay stuck for years, not because they can't do it, but because they never start. And starting is the hardest part. Once you start, everything changes, not instantly, but gradually. You learn, you adjust, you improve, and then one day it clicks. You get a result, then another, and suddenly you're not trying anymore. You're doing. That's the shift from thinking to doing, from consuming to creating, from waiting to moving. And that shift is everything. Now here's the reality most people avoid. 2026 is not easier, it's faster. And if you don't move, you fall behind immediately. Because someone else is already doing what you are thinking about right now. And they are not better than you, they just started. So the question is not, can you make money online? You can. The question is, how long are you going to wait before you act? Because time will pass anyway. Days will go by, weeks will go by, months will go by, and nothing will change unless you do. So you have two options. Stay where you are, keep learning, keep watching, keep waiting. Or start, messy, imperfect, uncertain, but real. Because real action creates real results. And real results create real confidence. And real confidence changes your life. So don't overcomplicate this. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need the perfect moment. You don't need more time. You need to move. Now. Because the longer you wait, the more expensive your first step becomes. Not in money, but in time. And time is the only thing you never get back. So decide right now. Are you going to keep watching, or are you finally going to start? Because your future is not decided by what you know, is decided by what you do next. And this moment, this exact moment, is where everything can change. By using these simple business strategies, you can improve your processes and increase your revenue. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with your colleagues.